Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Sharing Your Drink with Matt, the album review. Today I'm talking with Queensland punksters, Gruntled Tax Payers.
Hey man, how you going?
Hey, good mate, yourself?
Good, thanks. Jake here. I'm just messaging with the boys. Just give us a sec. I'll just
No worries, mate.
they're just getting connected and stuff. Hang on.
Yeah.
How you going, Matt? I'm Mark.
Hey Mark, how are you, mate?
Oh, there's another one.
I'm good. Did you want the video on, or have you seen enough of my ugly face already?
No, keep the video on.
Yeah.
Need something to laugh at.
Where am I? I can't see myself. What's going on?
Should be a little button down the bottom saying video on it.
Yep.
Down the bottom. Oh, okay.
You said bottom.
Start
Oh,
video.
this is going to be fun.
Oh, there I am. Hello.
How are you, mate?
Good, thanks.
Oops, pardon me.
Paul
Excellent.
should be
Okay,
along shortly.
we're talking about this, yeah?
Yeah.
Excellent. Just the two of you?
Well, Paul should be here in a sec. Hang on. I've just been swapping messages with him.
Is he still getting dressed? Tell him it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Oh, he should be here soon. Come on, Paul.
Beg your pardon. Is that your seat? Oh my God.
Oh, is that creaking coming through, is it?
Oh yeah.
That's just my joints in my hips.
Oh, okay. Yep. You can't help that.
Yeah, no, that's aging.
Cool. We may as well start.
All right.
Or do you want to wait for him?
I'm just going to grab a beer out of the fridge. Hang on.
Fridge.
Gee, thanks, guys. This seems more editing for me.
Hey. And it's a review too, so.
In a review, I can't just knock it out, right? I can't just knock it out. It needs to be edited. First part, 15 minutes. Yeah.
All right, I'm good to go.
Yep. Excellent. Cheers.
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 Okay, so who's to blame? Who thought of the name of the album?
Oh, I guess that'd be me, I guess. Yeah, because it comes from the song. So we had a little bit of debate. We didn't know whether to call it Fabric Softener is the Secret to My Sexiness or that one. But
Okay.
I thought it'd be a better drawing.
Yeah.
If we did it that way.
Yeah. No, I like the name. I really do.
Yeah.
So who's the major songwriter?
Oh, it's probably me, I'd say. Yeah. I mean, it's weird. The way we work, we jam heaps and stuff as well. So we get heaps of ideas just from jamming and mucking around. So
Yeah.
it might be one little idea, and then the other boys sort of get hold of it and sort of do what they do to it as well, So it's
Of course. Yeah.
sort of can't claim all the credit. I guess a lot of the lyrics come from me.
Yep.
Yeah, so that'd be about it, I guess.
Yep. So what part of Queensland are you from?
Marky?
Oh well, we're all over the place. I'm in Central, just in Brisbane. Paul's out in the Redlands, and Jakey's up north, Morayfield area. So we're all around
wow. Yeah, you are. Yep. Just so everybody knows, the album is I Do Everything Better When I'm Really Smashed. So yeah, that's the name, that's the name of the album. How long did it take from beginning till end to put all this together?
Oh geez, probably about a year longer than we thought it would. Probably about, oh no, what do you reckon? About 2 years?
Yeah, with COVID and some interruptions and just a lot of on and off really. But so I don't know. Collectively, what do you reckon, Jake? It's probably, I don't know, a couple of weeks worth of work spread over close to 2 years.
2 years, yeah. No, it was it
turned out good.
Oh, cheers.
It turned out really well. I've been playing it in the car every time because I'm not allowed to play this sort of music in the house. So, yeah. Unless I've got headphones on, then yes, Jeff, the missus is going to get angry. I was just talking to my editor then. She hates me bringing up fucking don't tell him you can't listen to it. Okay, so did you guys have free reign in the studio, or were you like, come on guys, I think it should go this way, or?
No, total free reign. Yeah, no, our band's sort of about freedom, like we don't have a genre really. Well, we sort of call ourselves a punk band, I guess, but it's more of an attitude thing than a sound thing or a look thing, like it's we just do whatever we want. We just do whatever's fun. It's total freedom. We're not trying to, we just do what's good for us, we're not trying to impress anyone or do anything like that.
Exactly.
That's why we do it.
Yep.
Hang on.
So
go on, sorry.
I was just seeing if your band member there was finishing.
Yeah, I'm
something.
just gonna have a quick look. Something just dinged. Hang on.
It wasn't me. I didn't ding.
Nah, it wasn't him. I dinged for some other reason. I just spend my whole bloody day dinging. Sorry,
it's
go
probably
on.
my editor. Okay, so what's your favourite song on the album? You probably you probably have two different ideas between you, or
that's a tough one, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? It's like which is your favourite kid? Like geez, I don't know. I mean, I'm quite fond of Politicians. It's quite a different song, I guess, compared to the others because it is, quite sort of laid back and spacey. But almost any song on the island for me, on the album for me, could be a desert island song. You know what I mean? Like they're all great. They're all our babies, and
Yeah. Well, Politicians is the longest song on the album. Yeah.
So it is, yeah. Is that right, Jake?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, that's why it's at the end.
Paul is coming in, guys.
I'm here. I did it. I managed it.
Woo-hoo.
He's here. Ta-da.
Hey.
Hey!
So, there he is. So, Paul, what's your favourite song on the album?
Oh, probably either So Fucked.
Yeah, that's my favourite.
I actually like Politicians as well.
Hey!
So you guys have got that worked out. You all said Politicians.
There you go.
What about you, Jakey?
No, I think I Do Everything Better When I'm Smashed is fun to play.
Yes.
On the weekend, actually, we did something new with it. We do what we call shit ending core at the end of it. So we just do like the shittest ending we can. And somebody messaged me, Mark, I didn't realise you were headbutting your bass at the same time I was headbutting my guitar at the end there.
Excellent.
We've taken it a place. I don't know if it's got a future though.
No, no. We've got to keep it avant-garde. Whatever happens, happens. I mean, I don't want to reflect on what happened. That was yesterday. Like that's done.
Yeah. Yeah. I wondered why I had headaches all week.
Wondered why my face was out of tune.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how long have you been playing these songs live?
Ooh, probably some of them for at least 4 years, maybe 5. Some of them were fairly new before we started recording, but there's a few of them that were reasonable because, traditionally Gruntled Tax Payers albums take quite a while to do, which means that by the time you get to do the next one, you've sort of been playing a bunch of new tunes for like, in some cases, a couple of years before we sit down to do it. So,
yeah, fair enough. And what's the reaction to the crowds to? Oh, I guess you've been playing them for a few years, so they've already heard them. I'll have to scratch that question off this one. So anyway, with the album's a little bit old, not a lot, but a little bit. What's happening with now coming up with the Disgruntled Taxpayers because of the album? Are you touring? I think, as I said, the album's been out for long enough to have a tour. But where are you going from the album?
We just did a big weekend over the weekend. We played a couple of shows, one out at Red Bank and then one back in the Valley on the Sunday, and did really well. Actually, pulled some really good crowds, and it was all had a really good lineup of bands and stuff, and had a pretty bitchin' time there. We got another one in Ipswich at Banshees on the 25th of March, and we're just looking to book a few after that actually at the moment. So we're just trying to confirm some dates, but looking to get around. Touring wise, it's hard because we're all sort of got jobs, and the other two, I mean, I don't have kids, but the other two do, and you sort of got to fit family and all that sort of jazz in with that. So it's sort of short little sharp ones if we go, sort of thing. We're open to getting in the old van and doing a cruise down the highway somewhere, sort of thing.
Oh, for sure, definitely.
Yeah, and there's plenty to do as well. There's lots of Brizzy bands starting to do that a fair bit. So there's places to play.
Yeah, no, definitely. Especially Queensland's I grew up in Queensland, I'd probably say, but Queensland is I think a totally different place than anywhere in Australia when it comes to this sort of music. Like it's like a one big family to me. That's what that is my point of view on the whole actual Queensland punk thing. Do you agree with that?
Definitely.
Totally.
Definitely. Yeah. We see a lot of the same people and same bands and in different bands as well too, like it's a pretty healthy scene, pretty expansive. And I think everyone kind of looks out for each other. Actually, I'll tell you something really quickly and really funny is that so on the Sunday we played in the Valley at a nice little dark dive bar. It was during the day, but it was completely blacked out in there. Anyway, my lovely wife and my 10-year-old son came along, and my wife brought her elderly mother along. And of course, these three they were the only three people in the whole place when they walked in not wearing black T-shirts. And I think they were pretty concerned when they walked in. But they remarked afterwards things like, you know what, we walked in there and someone offered to get us a drink and someone offered my mum a seat and, can you guys see? And you know what I mean? So that's another big thing. A lot of punk and metal crowds are actually, really nice people. Don't worry about the music they listen to and how they dress. But, so they had a really, really good time. My son heard some swear words probably for the first time, but he's going to hear them. Might as well hear them from his dad and his mates.
That's actually one of the questions that I ask when I do the actual interviews. That was, would you let your children listen to your music?
Yeah, but a fair bit of explaining goes on before I do, usually, because I mean, there's a couple of songs where we don't say anything that's kind of that offensive, but mostly not. And there's also a new song that we do that's not on the album, which is really bad. And we sort of have to. There's some venues we just don't play it in because it's just like, nah, this is going to piss people off.
Excellent.
It's all about context, you know. It's all about context. I mean, you know what it's like. Swearing's a great part of our vernacular, and you know, it helps express things and describe things and all that sort of stuff. You know, and context, you know, that's what it's about. So, you know, yeah,
definitely. Well, in the punk genre, and it's a lot now more than it used to be, but a lot now. Punk is they're right onto the anti-religion, anti-racism. You know, fucking anti-everything. Really, you know, and how can you actually write a song about that without having to use a few curse words? Like, it's
true.
It's like watching The Godfather. It's like watching The Godfather in a PG mode. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, it just doesn't cut it if you just say, "Look, would you please not be, you know, homophobic? Would you please not be racist? Would you please not be money hoarding, you know, politicians? You know, like it. Yeah, there's just not enough impact. You know. Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, no, it's not. It doesn't do. I saw I Hate People not long ago. I don't know if you're aware of him. And the drummer, the first thing he said was, fucking, this shows out going out to how much of Pell's a fuckwit, fucking pedophile motherfucker, blah, blah, blah. And then he goes, and anyone that wants to disagree with that, I'll meet you in the fucking parking lot after the show. And I'm thinking, you know, that had to be. he couldn't have said that in a nicer way, I guess.
Yep.
Which,
it's all about that.
How long have you guys been playing music together?
Far out. I took a punt, I reckon about 16 years.
Yeah, I thought 14. So yeah, it's a long time, but you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
it's still a good time. It's still a good time.
Of course.
The first few years we were just like jam buddies. Like probably like 5 years we were just sort of just jamming, you know, we didn't gig. And then I don't know, we were really self-indulgent and wanky at the start. There was like really long songs with big long guitar solos, and it was all quite different to what we did now. What we do now. And I don't know, I must have had like a bump on the head or something one day, and it just sort of stopped. And next thing you know, we were writing about fried chicken and boobs and stuff. And but we worked out, because we were doing the odd gig by then as well, that was what sort of worked for us. And so it's, I mean, not that we're contained to that. We're still, you know, quite happy to play long songs and do wanky indulgent shit, but just not quite as often. So
were you in other bands before this?
Did you get mate?
Were you? Yeah. Oh, you got the question?
We've all played in a bunch of different bands. I used to, while I was playing with the Taxpayers, I was also playing with a band called Dub Marine, doing sort of percussion for those guys.
Okay.
Yeah. Both Jakey and I lived in Sydney together for a while and played down there. Marky, you've got quite the pedigree as well.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a whore, but it's funny. The Taxpayers have just been such a staple, you know, like it just proves the point that it's a band's longevity is about the the good relationship with the people and the musical relationship. Yeah, as Jake said before, because we just kind of do whatever we want, and You know, we have that respect. We have all come from different musical backgrounds and lots of experience. So I think that's what gets pooled in, you know, like we've
definitely
sort of different ideas, you know, so it's good.
Yeah. I guess the reason why I'm asking that is for this question, like about how long you've been playing music for. How do you feel social media has treated, you know, the underground? How has social media affected what you guys do?
It's a really there's a few bits to it, I guess. Social media, for a start, isn't the be-all and end-all for bands. It's a product of your band rather than it's going to produce your band, if that makes any sense. So
for sure.
There's nothing like some good recordings and, you know, doing gigs and playing live, you know, to get you out there. Like people liking something on Facebook, it only takes you half a second to like it, you know, and you're only engaged with something for that long. So it's only, but the flip side is that it's really good for getting the word out for gigs, and it's good for getting the word out for, you know, that sort of jazz, you know, like it's cool.
Definitely, 100%, yeah.
It's good for that, but it's, I think you just got to understand what it is. And it's like, it's not the be end and end, you know, it's not the absolute, what you got to do as a band is spend all your time on Facebook, you know. You're better off just going out playing, and but it's a tool. It's definitely a tool. I've had to start to use Instagram just because of the band. I can't even see my phone, let alone work out the little doops and like the double clicks and all this shit. And it's just, I have to do it on my laptop because I don't get it. Well, I worked out how to post shit after like 3 months. That was pretty.
Well, I'm only young. I'm 54, and I've only been on Facebook since 2019, really pretty much when COVID first settled in. Yeah. So I'm just as my daughter or someone would say, "Oh, Dad, I got this on Snapchat. You got to watch this." And what the fuck, Snapchat? You know,
TikTok or whatever else.
And
you didn't miss much up till then.
But the thing I liked about it was able to find music that I hadn't heard from for so long. That's the thing that did it for me with social media, because it's like all these songs that I lost the records through growing up, blah blah, and all this shit, and never been able to find them in music stores. All I have to do is just tap tap tap, and I get that song, and I can remember that song. And
it's the same with streaming services, isn't it? You know, like just on a personal note, I avoided them for so long because, you know, as far as a musician earning money out of it, I mean, it's terrible. You know, you get paid 0.0004 of a cent per play, you know, and I mean, but it's everywhere, just like the social media. You can't avoid it. You can't bury your head in the sand. It's there. But streaming services opened me back up to same as you, like a lot of stuff I hadn't heard in ages, a lot of things I haven't heard. And, you know, so these days, so a band can get something out of it. I mean, I find a lot of bands that like, go and buy some of their merch, buy a CD, buy a T-shirt. That's the only way the band gets paid for being a band these days.
Exactly.
You know, the music's almost next to free. Well, for the listener, not for us. But
that's right.
So everything's been sort of turned on its head compared to, I guess, when pretty much all of us grew up with, albums and CDs and stuff like that. But just the way it is. It's just the way it is. You know?
Yeah. I mean, the good thing about social media, I suppose, is you can talk to people. Like, I mean, a lot of times, like you climb off stage after a show, and you got about sort of 10 minutes before the next band kicks off, and then it's super loud, and you can't hear what people are saying and stuff like that. And it's kind of like, oh, that was great, blah blah blah. But people can like message you on Facebook or whatever it is the next day or whatever, and sort of you can chat with people or get in touch with people, and that's actually kind of cool. And other bands too. So, you know, if we see another band that we really like, or we had a band support us on Sunday called Gudgeon that were just amazing. So we've kind of been chatting backwards and forwards with these guys, and like, you can kind of build a little community using that, especially if you're a bit spread out. So yeah, it's good for that stuff.
Oh, definitely. Especially when it was during COVID. You know, like you could go on Messenger to your bass guitarist and say, hey, look, I've got this kind of thing. And, you know, like your bass guitarist lives 40 kilometers away. You're not going to see him because you're in lockdown. Yeah. But you can all still,
unless you're naughty,
be like,
we wouldn't do that. That'd be terrible.
Unless you want to risk getting arrested.
Imagine bands rehearsing when they're not supposed to.
Never happened.
Never, ever. We would never do that.
No
Sorry,
comment.
guys. I'm getting really like shiny, aren't I? I've got the sun behind me.
It looks good. It's like
I thought you were in heaven or something. Yeah, like this is a Christian television interview.
Yeah.
Gruntled Tax Payers interviewed by Jesus.
But we would have had lightning bolts by now. Sure.
You guys are toast.
Yeah, we would have all been, what is it, smoked. We would have been smoked by now.
Smitten. Smoted.
I interviewed this Canadian band. I've interviewed them twice. And over there, they're allowed to buy pot and smoke pot. So I'm there doing an interview with him, and the whole time he's there having bong after bong after bong. I'm thinking, I just want to get rid of this interview now because I want one. You know? If I did it, it probably wouldn't be able to be put up on YouTube. I don't know, maybe.
Would it get scrubbed? Would YouTube itself? Do they have rules about not doing...
Or if someone complained.
Yeah, well, with him smoking the bongs, nothing ever came of it.
Yeah.
Like, but I don't know if there's an Australian and a fucking, like, I don't know. But it was crazy. They're coming back. So, is this the first album?
No.
Like the first EP?
No, we started off a long time ago because I can't remember the year. But
an EP. You're saying about 2, 3 or something?
Yeah, an EP called Over Ambitious Selfish Corporate Whore. And then we did the $5 Toaster album, probably about 4 years ago.
Wow, I think I've actually heard that, to be quite honest.
And then there was a single during COVID called Where's My Toilet Roll? And then this one.
Excellent.
Yeah. And the Where's My Toilet Roll was like a home done sort of very low production done in the studio, sort of like done in our rehearsal studio sort of thing. But something to do.
Did you miss playing when the lockdown hit? Did you miss getting out there with the boys? And
oh yeah, you don't recognise what you take for granted until you don't have it. You know, it's
exactly.
Yeah.
I remember being pretty excited when we got back into it again, even though they were really weird shows. So we do shows and everyone had to be sitting down and stuff. So you're playing with all these other bands, they're just like hammering really hard to like a cabaret audience. Basically, everyone's sort of sitting in their little chairs that are like the regulation 1.5 meters apart from everybody else. And like, it was pretty crazy. But still, it was just good to get up and play. Like, you just forget. Like,
it was.
Rehearsing's one thing, but being in front of an actual audience on a stage is a whole different thing.
Oh, for sure. How far away is the next album?
Well, it depends how much we can drink. It's we're financing the next little thing by recycling cans. So we've been going
drinking enough beer at rehearsal
2.5 years now, and we're sort of we've got like a couple of days recording or sort of in the pouch already. So I don't know that we can drink enough to do an album, but we can drink enough to do an EP. And there's other stuff as well, like steel and copper and just general household jibber jabber that you can recycle sort of thing. But that's the way we're going to pay for it. So it's just we've got the songs, like we're geez, we're like probably an album's worth of songs ahead, you know, sort of.
Easily.
Yeah, easy, probably. Yeah, there's heaps more, you know, that are ready. But yeah, I'd be itching to do it, you know, again as soon as we can, really. But getting this one out is such a fucking mission. I'll be stuck doing that for, you know, at least 6 months a year, sort of thing. So yeah, it's a fair bit to do to get it out.
But you're enjoying it, and that's the main thing.
Oh, as soon as it's not fun, it wouldn't be worth it, you know, for all the shit you got to put up with. So.
Oh, definitely, 100%. So I need to know about this poo jogger.
It's a true story.
Oh, I knew you were going to say that.
So it actually happened. So old mate was like some high flying CEO from like those Avio retirement villages that are everywhere. Like, you know, they're kind of, you know, millions of bucks and stuff. And he was going for runs every morning it was like, what suburb was it? It was like
I think it was Cooperoo. I thought it was Cooperoo. Yeah.
Sort of, around Brisbane in Cooperoo. And he was basically shitting on the same person's lawn every single time he went for a run. So old mate, you know, people would get up in the morning and there'd be the nard that he'd leave on the lawn. So it was kind of like, it was a bit of a local sensation when he finally, I think they put cameras up or something, and that's how they busted him. Like, they've caught this guy, and like he's become, you know, he's been charged and gone to court and stuff. And I think he got fined from memory in the end and stuff. He didn't go to jail or anything, but like
it was, I reckon, I can't remember what the fine was, but I did the maths on a per poo, and it wasn't very much. Like, you know what I mean? He hasn't paid much of a price.
It almost makes it worth it. Like, if it's 20 cents a shit and you really need to go, then I suppose fair enough. Like, most people could afford that. Maybe with the cost of living and stuff these days, you couldn't. But so it's like in the tradition of folk music. So we've like immortalised old mate. Like now he's got his own song.
Honestly, do yourself a favour and do a Google search on the poo jogger,
because
there is the photo going around of him caught. You know, this kind of doe-eyed older bloke with his you know, dacks around his ankles,
running shorts down to his ankles, snapping off the.
Very surprised. Yeah, someone snapped him while he was snapping one off. You know, like just
He hasn't fought back and gone on and said, this is why I'm doing it or anything?
I think he just basically said he had to, like, he would just, you know what it's like when you, I mean, you know, it's been a long time since we went for a run, but it can happen sometimes that, you know, you kind of shake yourself up a bit and make your calls, but most people kind of clench or find a toilet or something.
Frankly, it's like
house every time.
If it's happening every day, you'd change sports, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
you know,
we'll find a different house. Spread the love.
You'd have your wheat bix about 10 minutes later each day, so it was a different house.
Yeah.
You know, that way you get a different house every day.
Yeah.
Well, just don't go running. It works for me. I don't go shitting everywhere.
Yeah. There's a reason you're not shitting in someone's lawn.
It wears me out going to the letterbox, so fucking no. That won't happen for me for sure. So I try to keep the album reviews to a half an hour. That way I can get them out straight away instead of the usual hour and a bit for the album, for the interviews. So just as we're finishing off, just tell us about Gruntled Tax Payers. What you're looking forward to, like what's going to happen soon, or just
looking forward to doing heaps of gigs. You know, this year we're back sort of, now that the scene's sort of back up and running and back to, I would say, normal, you know. There's lots of gigs around, so looking forward to doing heaps of that. And we'll get the record out and start looking at doing the new one, you know, like it's just got a film clip that's going to come out soon. We've got to do another one soon with another guy called Dustin Schmidt, who's this really cool guy that's done lots of film clips for bands up here. So that's going to be good fun. Yeah. That's something to look forward to. But,
maybe some touring, like if we can get ourselves down to New South Wales or a bit further north or whatever as well. Like we're kind of keen now that everything, like Jake said, like everything's back up and running. We can chuck our stuff in the car and head in some direction and play for some new people because it's always fun.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, of course.
That's the key. Just looking forward to more fun and more laughs and more music. Just absolutely. And especially as the boys said, now that things are kind of back to normal, whatever normal is, but but non-COVID bullshit anyway. So absolutely.
Yeah. So this is probably the third time I've asked this question, but promote this album for 5 minutes.
Go, Jake.
Go, Jakey.
All right, so here's the thing. It cost fuck tons of money. Well, it didn't really, but it did. So buy it for fuck's sake. And it's on Bandcamp. You can contact us through www.disgruntledtaxpayers.com or message us on Facebook. Or try not to on Instagram because I probably won't be able to find the message. But
Bandcamp, it was Bandcamp Friday, wasn't it, yesterday? Or is that next week?
It was Friday everywhere else.
Wasn't it Bandcamp Friday yesterday?
Maybe.
It might have been. I
think
get
it was.
emails from them. I just don't read them anymore. It's just too much.
I think it was. And if you sold your album, they didn't put their fee in. So the
spewing.
to buy the album without having the fucking Bandcamp fee.
They're pretty reasonable actually. Anyway, I don't mind. It's a really good platform actually from all the online ones. That's the band can actually make some reasonable money. Whatever reasonable is. But it's thumbs up Bandcamp. We like it because you sell our new album.
That's right. If you like a variety of musical styles, if you like to have a laugh, buy the album. You'll enjoy it. Yeah, I suppose
if you like swearing.
Yes.
Well, I thought this has been fucking fantastic. I'm listening to it every day at the moment that I get in the car.
Awesome.
What's your favourite song?
So much like So Fucked, but now I think my second song, Poo Jogger, is gone into. I think that's gone to number one now that I know the story. So guys, hey, you buy this shit, man. It is fucking fantastic. How many platforms can you watch? Just Bandcamp, or do you have a link?
Nah, all of them, all of your Spotify's and your iTunes and all of that sort of jazz, whatever they. Yeah, it's all over all of them pretty well. So, your Apples and all the shit that pays me nothing. But go ahead.
If you want a hard copy, like you actually want a physical CD, like this one, you can get in touch with us through Facebook or on our website. And we'll post you vinyl hasn't ended up being, it's incredibly expensive to do. And I don't think, when we sit down and talk about it, it's not whether we've got enough demand to kind of justify the expense. But we do pretty good line in, like, there's all kinds of cool t-shirts that we do and stuff as well. So if you have a mind to get some Disgruntled Taxpayers merch, we can sort you out.
100%, guys. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to, we've got to work out a date for the actual Disgruntled Taxpayers interview.
Sweet.
We're going to find out a lot more about these three wankers. So
all completely unsavory.
We won't be wanking.
Speak for yourself. You can mute your video, man. You can do this, and you can just do what you want. Look,
pants.
See, I could be doing whatever now.
You probably are.
You can only see me from here up, so who knows?
Your dogs are pretty well trained. I know that.
Oh.
Sit.
As long as the dog hasn't got a speech impediment, so you won't. What's he telling me to do? A shit or
sit, shit, both.
If he's been running, you'd be scared.
Oh, no. It'd be a poo dogger.
Poo dogger. That's it.
Oh, I love it. It's going to be so much different now in the next 10 minutes when I hear it again. So, yeah, everybody that watches the show, do yourselves a favour, get this album. I love it. And at least 8 people that I've played it for love it. Just get it. You'll find it. Don't go to fucking Spotify and shit. Bandcamp. Let the guys make some money. Thank you. Really appreciate you having on the show.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Matt.
Thank you.
Awesome.